we back, and we back, and we back, and we back. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Sauna IE. I'm your host, XO. This is your first time listening to Sauna IE. Welcome in. Grab you a seat, grab you some popcorn. Today's episode is for you. I bet you're wondering, what is Sauna IE? Sauna IE is a platform for mental health. We discuss the coping mechanisms, the triggers. We discuss PTSD. We discuss everything when it comes to mental health, as well as building your mental health up, and reframing and shaping your mind. With this episode, we're going to be discussing tips for your life, and I have a bonus segment for y'all. But first, let me kick off the show with some quotes of the day. My first quote is, "Life is about making an impact, not making an income." And I bet you're thinking like, not for me. Life is about income instead of impact. And we have to really step back and see the bigger picture here and see, is life really about impact versus income? And I know how it's shaped up with inflation right now. Everybody's like, no, I got bills to pay. My life is about income, making money. I got to make money on a daily basis. Yeah, that's cool. Life, yeah, we all know that we all got bills to pay, but it's not all about the income. It's not all about the money, because the money comes and goes. Money it comes like that fast. And we can't be so attached to making the income or chasing the next dollar, because anything that you chase eludes you. But when you stay present in the moment and focused and knowing that you're open and receiving, that thing comes to you. When you start focusing on making an impact, that's what it's truly about, impacting the people in your lives and impacting the people that you see on a daily basis. And impact is worth more than an income, because it makes you feel better inside, because you know you're doing what you're meant to be doing on this earth, on this planet, and which is impacting, helping people and serving people. And it's not about making money. Life isn't about making money. That sounds kind of boring at the end of the day, even though we all love making money. But at the end of the day, what would you rather have? I know some people won't say the money aspect, but what would you rather have? $1 million in the bank or 1 million lives impacted? And me personally, if you would ask me this question 5 years ago, I would say $1 million in the bank. But now I'm more focused on making an impact. So I'm like, yo, I'd rather be impacting 1 million people versus having that $1 million. And my second quote is, "When you start your day with gratitude, everything falls into place with grace and ease." Something that I do every time I wake up, I express my gratitude for at least 5 things. It can be the most random 5 things, but I'm always expressing gratitude for those 5 things, and they change on a different basis. And whenever I start my day with gratitude, everything does fall into place. Everything falls into place. Everything is easy. I got more grace and everything. But when I don't start my day with gratitude, when I don't start my day with meditation, I feel like the day is chaotic. Like the day's coming at me instead of me attacking the day. So when you start your mornings, when you wake up, whenever you hear this, tomorrow, the next day, the rest of your life, start expressing the gratitude for the things in your life, the people in your life, the roof over your head, the clothes on your back, the food that you have access to, the medicine, the water, everything that you have access to that a lot of people don't have access to. Express your gratitude for it and really feel into that appreciation for what you have, and watch your day fall into place. But I'm going to give you a brief break, and then we're going to hop into the show with the first segment, which is tips for your life. Thank y'all for tuning in to Sauna IE. Before we jump into reclaiming your mental energy, I thought I want to give y'all a little bonus tip on one of the ways how you reclaim your mental energy. It starts with your morning routine. What you do in the morning, your plans for the morning, and how you go about your morning, that really shapes your day and shapes your mental energy overall, because your habits become your routine. So one of the ways that I like to start my morning routine is through meditation. Meditating for 15 to 20 minutes, getting my mind right for the gym, for the day, for anything that may come about, and really just getting my thoughts together for the day and my thought process and my intentions, what I want to happen for the day. And one of the things that I use is the Calm app. Calm app is a great app when it comes to meditating and meditation and really getting you that's finding your inner self and figuring out how do you gain your mental energy back. So that's the app I recommend. Check it out. Let's get back to the show. Tips to get what you want out of life. And the first one would be ask for what you need. Not for what you want, but ask for what you need. We all have this problem to where we need to learn how to ask for what we need in our lives, whether it's the people in our lives, whether it's family members, friends, partners in a relationship. Asking for what we need, we tend to, I want to say, close up and shut down, that we don't feel like we deserve what we need, if that makes sense. But we have to start asking and saying and telling people like, yo, this is what I need from you. This is what I need from this relationship. This is what I need from this friendship. This is what I need out of life, instead of just sitting there curled up like a ball. Because we all have to face our fears and go after what we want. Whatever this happens to you, just ask yourself, what do I have to lose? And always think about a positive outcome at the end of the day. Whatever you want or ask for, always have that positive outcome in your mind, telling yourself it's going to work out in my favor. Everything's going to work out in your favor. But it's like we have to ask for what we need in life instead of just going through life, taking what life gives us. So start asking for what you need. Whether it's anything, any situation you're in, start to ask. Even if you feel like, oh, if I ask, they'll reject me. Whatever it is, even if they reject you, you're facing your fears. Start asking for what you need out of life, and you'll be surprised how much you get back. Number 2, stop basing your worth on how others see you. We are constantly comparing ourselves to others and what others think of us, instead of comparing ourselves to who we were yesterday and basing our worth on who we were yesterday, so we can improve daily. Because at the end of the day, it's you versus you, not you versus the next man or the next woman. It comes down to how can you improve yourself today versus yesterday. And we have to base our worth on that, so we can build those bricks up to get our great wall. Everything won't happen overnight. We can't keep judging ourselves based on other people's expectations of us. We have to take it one day at a time. And we can't really compare ourselves to somebody else's story. We're all created differently. We all have different stories. We all have are in different chapters of our lives. So start focusing your worth on how you see yourself, the person you look in the mirror every morning. And whenever you constantly compare yourself to somebody else, just know that everybody does it, but we have to break out of that mold, break out of that shell, and become the person that we visualize that we want to be. We have to look up to ourselves. We got to say who we are to ourselves and define our worth daily. So that's number 2, to take control of your life. Tips for improving your life: stop basing your worth on how others see you. Number 3, stop pretending. Stop pretending. I know it's going to hit somebody hard, but stop pretending. Be honest with yourself. Be real. If you can't be honest with yourself, then who can you be honest with? We have to be honest with ourselves about who we truly are at the end of the day. Who are you truly? Who are you really? And becoming self-aware and learning and unlearning different habits that come with this life. So if you feel like you've been pretending and being dishonest with yourself, it's all right. You can always change by doing that self-work. It's going to help you out in the long run, because you're constantly going to be learning and unlearning habits and yourself. What you loved or liked 3 years ago, you might not like or love this in the present time. So stop pretending. Be honest with yourself and be real. At the end of the day, you can't pretend to be somebody you're not, because at the end of the day, that that facade usually fades. So always be honest with yourself. Be honest with the people in your life. Number 4, constantly ask yourself, does this align with me? Does this align with who I'm trying to become? If you're like me, you've been feeling like a change is happening. You feel like feeling in the air. You're like, oh, change is happening. I feel like I'm changing internally. And that's just your energy, knowing that the old you is fading away as you're becoming a new person. It's like the caterpillar in the cocoon. You're going to eventually grow into a butterfly and blossom throughout life. And if you start working with your alignment with who you're supposed to be, you'll feel more energized. Don't you feel like when you're doing what you love, you just have more energy doing it versus doing other things throughout life? You do them all nonchalantly. And that's just your energy. You got to detect your energy and see, what gives me energy? What do I love doing in life that I won't get tired of? And really put your focus there and really ask yourself, does this align with me? Does this align with who I'm trying to become in this life? Start analyzing what aligns with you, and you'll be surprised what does and what doesn't. And always test things out too. Always try new things. Always constantly trying new things and seeing if it aligns with you. You never know what skill you may come across that you might fall in love with. And the next tip is invest in relationships that matter. How's your relationship with your parents? What about your grandparents? Siblings? What about your significant other? And really be honest with yourself when you ask these questions, and seeing if the relationships aren't up to par like how they should be. Do the work. Really do the work and really ask your parents, ask your grandparents, ask your siblings, how can we nurture this relationship? How can we change how this relationship is going? Sometimes you'll have to be the bigger person. You'll have to be the person to communicate about how the relationship is going, instead of just going through the cycles of life and not really caring how relationship is. Some of your relationships aren't pristine like how you want them to be, but you think they are. So how's your relationship with your parents? And really getting in tune with the relationships that matter and really fix those relationships that are fractured. And ask them too, how can we get a clearer perspective? How can we become on one accord when it comes to this relationship? Do the work. Number 6, and the final one for ways to improve your life, declutter. This is big for me. Declutter. Let go of things that no longer serve you. I know we're all hoarders in some aspect of life, whether it's habits, possessions, memories. There's a long list of stuff. But we have to start letting go of what no longer brings us value. Because the longer we keep serving what no longer serves us, we delay everything else that's supposed to be in our circle, supposed to be in our realm. We're just wasting time and energy on things that no longer serve us. Everything serves its purpose as well as has an expiration date. Letting go of old opens the door for new things. Your new life will cost you your old one. Declutter your life. What habits aren't working anymore? What things aren't you supposed to be doing anymore? You're trying to become a new person on a daily basis, and you'll have to clean up some things. You have to declutter, let go of some things, and really focus on where you're trying to go, that direction you're trying to move in. The old shit won't work. Old keys won't unlock new doors. But those are some of the 6 ways to improve your life. I'll run them back for you. Number 1 was, ask for what you need. Number 2 is stop basing your worth on how others see you. Number 3, stop pretending. Number 4, constantly ask yourself, does this align with me? Number 5, invest in your relationships. Number 6, declutter. And I'm gonna give y'all a brief break and we're gonna hop into the next segment, which is causes and solutions for your lack of motivation. Thank y'all for tuning in to Sana IE. If you've been wondering how can I learn a new language, what is one of the best ways to learn a new language, especially when I'm always on the go, I have no time to really sit down, read a book, or watch different videos on language learning. Well, what I recommend is using an app that I've been really steadily using as I've been learning Spanish, and the app is Duolingo. With this app, you're learning the language that you want to learn. Starts off easy, but as you gradually go on, learn more and more, it gets harder by the way. But the fact that it only takes 15, 20 minutes out your day to really sit, learn that language, and learning that language, and you retaining that information, you're bound to be fluent in the language that you want to be fluent in. So if you don't have that app already, go ahead and check out the Duolingo app. Let me know what you think. Let's get back to the show. And we back, and we back, and we back, and we back. Have you been feeling unmotivated this year or having a lack of motivation? I know myself throughout this year, I've been having points where I've been feeling unmotivated or lacking my motivation that I need to accomplish certain things. Like right now, I'm at the point where my motivation to work out is gone, but my discipline is still there. And that really helped me come up with this next segment, which is causes and solutions for your lack of motivation, because I had to really ask myself and do some reflecting and analyzing, seeing like, why am I feeling unmotivated or having that lack of motivation right now? And the first tip that I came across was your why isn't strong enough. When you set a goal for yourself, you either see the point or the reward isn't appealing enough. Has that ever been you? To where you're on a mission, you set a goal for yourself, but you eventually get to that point where you're feeling like, why am I even doing this? Is it really worth doing this? Am I really moving in the right direction? Am I making progress? And you start to question yourself. And then you'll have to ask yourself that biggest question of all, which is, why are you doing what you're doing? For example, making money shouldn't be your primary goal. Consider how the money will affect your life and what you will do with it. Will you be able to spend more time with your kids and family? Or you'll be able to travel around the world? Or what about being able to do something you enjoy without having to worry about money? I know how it is. Money goals, we all got money goals. We all want to be financially free. But we really have to ask ourselves, what is our why to what we're doing? What is the real why behind it? And really get in tune with that why. I know personally, my money goals, I'm always have my money goal, my set number in my head. And that's for me to be financially free to do what I want, when I want, with whoever I want, without answering to anybody. And it goes apart to being in my 100-year plan, creating the generational streams for my family. So asking yourself, what is your why of doing what you're doing? Number 2, you may be feeling overwhelmed by your goal. This happened to me too. Trust me, I know how it is. If it's too large, that big goal that you have, as a consequence, you start putting that fear in your head. You start becoming afraid of, what if I fall short? Or what if I don't succeed? Or what if it's not what I expected it to be? And asking yourself that, it happens. I've been through it. And you really have to answer the question. And you can't be feeling overwhelmed. It's life. If you're feeling overwhelmed, you're human. But sometimes you'll have to break down your goals into smaller goals. Whenever we decide to go towards a larger goal, whether it's owning a house, retiring early, we get overwhelmed because the whole process of it, because it's a big goal. Like, we want to own a home. Well, what are the smaller goals that you have to do to get there? Because money's always going to be an issue when it comes to buying a home. So starting small, like, all right, what do I have to do today, right now, to get to my bigger goal? And it may be saving a certain percentage of money each day. And that eventually accumulates or compounds to something bigger in the long run. It's really learning not to overwhelm yourself with the big goals. Like, yeah, we all have big goals, but breaking those goals down into smaller pieces. The big goal is like a puzzle, the completed puzzle at the end. But how do you get each piece to line up to put the picture together? So don't overwhelm yourself with the goal. Start doing the little things to put your goal into action. Start chipping away. Be consistent. Your actions have to be more consistent than your excuses. Slowly and steadily, you will win the race. It's a slow grind, so don't overwhelm yourself with the goals. Number 3, you don't have faith in yourself. And you can be honest with yourself. Do you have that faith and confidence that you need to achieve your goal or to stay motivated? It's like you kind of want to accomplish this, but deep down you're like, am I even capable of doing it? Me? You start to belittle yourself because you're questioning yourself. Is like, I want to do this, but you can't have that but. It's like, I'm all in. It's not a want that you have to do it. It's a must that you have to do it. Because at the end of the day, whatever you're doing, whatever you need that motivation for, it's a must you do it. Whether it's staying healthy, being in good health, having that financial freedom, that must I must do this for my family. I must do this for so-and-so. I must do this for my parents. I must do this for myself. And really having that faith. Our faith will always constantly be tested on any journey that we're on. Any path that we're taking in life, our faith will always be tested to see, is this truly what you want? Or is this what you think you want? And you'll be tested where you feel like, oh, I'm not getting what I want. I should be getting what I want. I'm doing all the right things, but your patience and your faith will always be tested on your journey, because you have to know, like, I won't get this overnight. It won't happen overnight. It's going to be that much sweeter when I get it. But just having that patience and knowing, that's where that faith comes in. You know where you're going to be regardless of what happens. Always having that faith and just knowing that faith over fear. Faith over fear. Some things you can do to really help with your faith is identify your limiting beliefs and replace them with more powerful ones. You may have to write down and ask yourself, what are my limiting beliefs and what are my powerful ones? You may have to do affirmations. Say affirmations to yourself like, there's always a way. I can do anything. Everything will work out in my best interest. Or even read the Bible, the Quran, whatever your religion pertains to, and to build your faith over time. Don't be afraid to pray. Always pray, and having that faith in that prayer. Your faith gets built through prayer. So build your faith on a daily basis. It's not going to happen overnight, but as you continuously build up your faith, you'll start believing in yourself more so that you can accomplish and get anything that you want. Number 4, you may be simply exhausted. This is one of the reasons why you lack motivation. There may be a lot going on in your life. Everything is consuming your mental, physical, and spiritual energy. That there's nothing left to ignite the flame and push towards your goal. And I've been there. It's like we overwork ourselves instead of knowing when to take time off, when to take that rest time, when to take a break. That we exhaust our fumes. We get so exhausted that we like, oh, I can't do nothing. Either whether it's working a 9 to 5 constantly on a weekly basis, that the weekends come, you have no time for yourself or your family. You just have that time to rest and recharge. And then here it comes Monday again. So it's like knowing when to take breaks and when not to exhaust so much of your energy, and really learning what gives you energy. Maybe taking walks in nature, maybe doing some deep breathing, maybe drinking some water. What gives you energy that you don't have to be exhausted all the time? Some things to do, maybe you can say no to less important things. Exercise for your mind and meditate for your mind. Those things will really help you out and let you learn, like, where am I exhausting most of my energy at, and how can I get my energy back? Number 5, and the final one, fear of failure. You're afraid of the unknown. It's life. We all been there to where we don't know what's next. But understanding that the unknown is where your growth is. The unknown is where we're reborn. That fear of failure, you have to fail to succeed. Failure is just a process, and it's a part of success. Everyone, your role models, your mentors, everybody has failed in life. But some people's greatest failure are lead to their greatest success. You have to fail to succeed. So always tell yourself, faith over fear. Faith over fear. And always believe that you will succeed no matter what. And if you don't, guess what? You're learning something new. Your fear is unconsciously preventing you from gaining the motivation to get started. Determine what you're afraid of. And how is this holding you back? And how is this fear holding your life back, holding your family back, having a hold over you? The fear is always going to be there. But so will regret. So what are you going to choose when it comes to fear of failure? Embrace failure. It's a part of the process. And those are the 5 causes and solutions of your lack of motivation. Number 1, your why isn't strong enough. Number 2, you are feeling overwhelmed by your goal. Number 3, you don't have faith in yourself. Number 4, you're simply exhausted. Number 5, you have a fear of failure. I appreciate y'all tuning in today. I really hope these 2 segments helped you guys out in some facet of your life. And if you feel like this episode can help out somebody else, share it with them. All you gotta do is share, send to the next person, share it with them. But I appreciate y'all tuning in. Hope you have a great week. On our next episode, we're gonna be recapping September and our plans for October. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'm gonna leave y'all with this. Confidence comes from being disciplined, and being disciplined puts you in charge of your mind. We'll be back. Thank y'all for tuning in to Sauna IE.